Madam Deputy Speaker, I rise today to speak in support of the member for Lalor. In particular, I wish to report to the House the disappointment that the people of Indi have expressed regarding the withdrawal of funding commitments under Regional Development Australia Fund Round A and B. The allocation of funding under Rounds A and B was an investment in rural and regional communities. It enabled growth, created jobs and provided certainty for desperately needed community projects. And many of these projects had an important safety focus, particularly road infrastructure. And people in Indi are most disappointed that proposed RDA funding for road black spots will not go ahead. I've spoken to a number of key stakeholders responsible for the rollout of RDA projects in my electorate, and they have expressed bewilderment that the RDA funding system has been abolished. They tell me that the system was efficient, easy to use and funded projects that would otherwise not have been prioritised for funding. 2 weeks ago, in this place, I spoke about the good work the Hume ADR Committee does in Indi. Their leadership and research has had a significant impact on the planning and implementation of essential projects in my region. Under Rounds 5A and B, Indi was due to receive in excess of $7.3 million in RDA funding, and I want to list the projects that missed out. The Wodonga City Heart redevelopment at $5.86 million, the Wodonga Tennis Court redevelopment at $343,000, Rutherglen Main Street at $284,000, Wangaratta Sale Yards upgrade at $410,000, Mount Beauty Progress Place at $247,000 and Mansfield Davey Street construction and car park at $192,000. These projects represent significant community and volunteer input, as well as time and money on behalf of the councils of Indi. Madam Deputy Speaker, in speaking to this motion, I would also like to voice my support for the RDA decision-making process. It worked. It was efficient. It was trusted. It had legitimacy. It created effective networks. It delivered high-value, great outcomes, and most importantly of all, no red tape. And one of the reasons why this process worked so well was the extensive consultation that took place prior to its establishment. Community members were involved, NGO groups such as Australian Women in Agriculture, business groups, local government, community agencies, state government departments. We argued, we debated, we worked in great cooperation to design a system that would deliver, and it would deliver for all our rural and regional communities. Madam Deputy Speaker, we know this government wants to leave a legacy as an infrastructure government, and this is a noble aim, and it has my total support. However, a critical first step is to build on what works, to avoid the temptation to dismantle well-established and respected processes, just for the sake of change. My constituents tell me that the RDA scheme works, and it works well. It gave councils confidence to plan, processes to engage with all stakeholders, a belief in long-term sustainable development, and for our communities, the ability to proactively develop rural and regional areas for the future. And in closing, I echo the words of the member for Lalor. I call on the government to reinstate RDA funding right across the country. This funding is important for future development of rural and regional areas in particular, including Indi. I believe that the abolishment of this funding will cause us to miss infrastructure opportunities and cause the loss of economic activity and job creation opportunities that our rural and regional areas desperately need. I ask that the government truly value the work and the knowledge of our councils and reinstate a program similar to what is currently working for our local government areas. And finally, I call on the government as a matter of urgency to reinstate funding, thereby enabling communities to continue to plan and develop our regional centres to ensure their viability for our future.